Hey guys, this is Al again. Back on the Rolls Royce today. Haven't really had that much time to play with the car since I last worked on it, so you guys haven't seen an update in a while. Been primarily focused on some other stuff that I've been dealing with around the house, and then also with some other cars. Trying to get some work done on the SLK. Just to recap, so what we did is we took the calipers off, and unfortunately I had to cut this line over here. Let me get the light so that I can show you. So I had to cut the line over here. Not too much of a challenge because I'm looking, I've got to get up this on a step ladder to do this. Looking over here, and that line, you know, it seems to be pretty accessible and not too complicated. So I'm going to try to make a replacement line for this fitting. So I'll give that a go and see what happens. My bigger challenge is two-part. First of all, I did find somebody who was able to remake these hoses. So I've got those hoses remade. You can see here, you know, that they've been remade right there. So these are brand spanking new hoses. Had two of them remade, which is the ones on this side. Local place, it's called Hose Fast. Charged me $73 to do these two hoses, which was in my mind a little bit expensive, but what do? It is what it is. I didn't want to order a part from England and get it shipped all the way over here, but maybe if I need some more I might have to sit there and do that, because I think I can get them for less in England, simply. I'm having trouble with the hoses that we have on this side. So let me see if I can show this. So there you go. Let me zoom into this guy. Hopefully it'll... So these hoses over here are on these two blocks, and I can't get them off for love or money. So I'm having a real hard time trying to get them off without damaging the valve blocks that are on there. I don't want to start twisting on those and bending the hoses or doing anything like that. So that's kind of proven to be a challenge that I got to figure out. So today the action plan is I'm going to try to replace this hose section over there, this hose section over here, you know, so that I can make a new one up. I'm going to basically bolt back the brake calipers on both sides, so that you know, everything's back together again before I put the hoses on. And then I'm going to see if, you know, if I can get the other hoses off. If I can't get them off, I might just put them back, because those hoses on this side don't actually look like they're very bad. They're not. They look like they've been replaced in the past. They don't look too old. The hoses on the right side look like the original braided hoses, nylon braided hoses that came with the car. So if I can't get them off, I might just put them back on, just to do some testing and see if the brakes are behaving. I'm just really keen to see what this car is, you know, whether some of this work is incrementally making improvements, and that might be the way to do it. So with that said, give me a few minutes, and I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to start putting the brakes back on, the calipers back on, and then start to work on that steel line. Okay, thank you. Alright guys, so that's the first pipe. That's the one on the driver's side, and it's off. It wasn't a bad job. You can see here on this side, so you've got a bubble flare on one end, and then you've got the regular type of flare on the other end, just the basic. So I'm going to see if I can make a piece like this, and then take it from there. Alright, thanks very much. Alright guys, so made the little steel line, well, kind of a line. Put new fittings on that side, but reuse the fittings here. So you can see there's flared end on one side and then bubble flare on the other. So I'm still not really that comfortable with the bubble flare tool. I'm just worried that I'm not flaring it properly, but I guess we'll find out once I put everything on and run the engine. I've given it a little bit more room so that I could, you know, if I need to basically cut and reflare a piece, I can probably do it, you know, with the line on the car. But anyway, this is basically the first one, so this is the one on the driver's side, and I'm going to go start mounting it. Conifer is real nice. I have this little tool over here that I picked up, $10 tool, but it's like basically a bending tool. But Conifer is real nice. It's very forgiving in how you bend it, so hopefully I'm able to, you know, work with the with what I have and you know, make it work for what I need it for. So I'll put the steel line on, and then I'll attach the hose on the you know, attach the steel hose on this end first, and then what I'll do is if everything lines up, then I'll start bending on this one and mount the caliper. So do that right now, and then once I get done with this side, I'll start working on the other side. Alright, so I have these lines on. I'm using the old hoses right now, but I'm going to take off that T and put it on a vise. I'm going to remove the hard lines off of it and then take it off at some point. But I want to do some testing first, so I've got the conifer line run through. Nothing is on tight right now, but it's on. The caliper's on. One brake pad's off, so I can get the caliper on. The lines are all kind of somewhat plumbed in. What I'd like to do is as you can see, I mean, I only did one side. It was a real chore trying to get that line, you know, threaded in to start, you know, the threads to start. So that, you know, I probably spent about an hour trying to just get that line to thread in. But you know, everything's plumbed in right now. It's nothing's on tight. It looks kind of messy, but you know, I'll have to put the tire on and see if there's any kind of you know, anything in the way. And then obviously I've got to go and start doing the other side. But this is basically where I am. I managed to misplace one of the caliper bolts, so I have to figure out where that's gone. I'm hoping it's in the trunk of the car, and I noticed that it fell and put it there. But in any case, I'm pretty much at a stopping point right now. Just you know, arms up in the air, trying to get this this thing going. Just exhausted me. So I'm going to stop right now, and then I'll get back to it hopefully Saturday. Okie dokie. Alright, thank you. I did a little bit more work on the Silver Shadow, and what I've done is, well, let me go show you what I've done, and you guys can see it for yourself, so give me a second. Alright, so as you can see, I remade these lines, well, this line over here, and you know, I'm running it all the way down here to the caliper. I still need to bolt everything up before I make the last bend. You know, obviously this thing's got to come down a little bit more so it can go into this, you know, from here to here. Same thing pretty much on the other side. You know, new lines going all the way out. See, this car's so long, I've hit my head a couple of times trying to crawl out from underneath it, but you've got new lines all the way down. So hopefully this is going to fix a problem with any lines that might be corroded, because the lines that were on there were in pretty bad shape. This caliper is pretty badly seized up, so I may have to split the caliper and clean it out, put it all back together again. The other one wasn't that bad. I did take a C-clamp to it and was able to compress the pistons, so they went back in pretty quickly. Obviously the brake pads are off right now. So I'm running out of time today, but what the plan is to put everything back together again and then run the engine and see if the brakes, you know, compress all the way in without the brake pads on. And then that way, you know, I know if I have either fixed the problem or haven't fixed the problem. So I'll find out pretty soon. If it doesn't fix the problem, then I'm obviously going to get more into it. But I'm really hoping that replacing those hoses, which were really in pretty bad shape, and replacing some of these steel lines will solve the issue. But we'll see. We'll see, and I'll give you an update next week. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.